The magnetic field of the Earth has been weakening at an alarming rate. This suggests that a polar reversal is overdue. A weakening magnetic field makes the Earth more vulnerable to the impact of solar activities. The intensity and frequency of solar activities are likely to increase from now until 2025. This will make the Earth more vulnerable to three major instantaneous flooding scenarios. The baseline scenario suggests that there will be more intense and frequent hurricanes to make more coastal areas flood-prone. The best-case scenario suggests that an extreme amount of solar radiation can melt all ice on Earth to inundate a large area from Gulf of Mexico to the confluence of Mississippi River and Ohio River. The worst-case scenario can flood the entire eastern half of the United States with large tidal waves from polar reversal. During the third geodesign game, you will have the opportunities to generate a climate adaptation plan using suitability analysis, multi-systems reconciliation, strength-weakness opportunity threat analysis, cost-benefit analysis, performance modeling, and multi-systems optimization.
Our design framework consists of two major flooding events, solar storm flooding and polarity reversal. Both of these can cause flooding at a catastrophic level. If this were to happen, approximately 264 million people will be displaced and urged to relocate in the Midwestern region. Indigenous reservations comprise 56.2 million acres of land in the United States. Many of these cultural lands have high poverty rates, poor health care, and low quality of education. It is critical to create all-inclusive evacuation and relocation hubs. Selecting areas for Job Corps sites that are in close proximity to these native lands will increase the flow of revenue and create jobs for millions of people that are displaced. During the geodesign network and continental collaboration, these teams selected areas that would be best for habitat preservation and suitability for site development. As the data was compiled, we have taken into account the flooding disasters and narrowed down to feasible options. With this information, we have selected evacuation sites and relocation cities that would be at a high enough elevation that they would be minimally impacted by the flooding events, and in close proximity to Job Corps sites, evacuation routes, military bases, and spaceports, which would aid in our emergency evacuation if the flooding were to worsen beyond this level.
Starting from the left is the major flooding event, which is solar storm and polar reversal flooding. Below that is a consensus for habitat preservation for monarch butterflies from the geodesign games. Moving on is the major rivers in Texas, which will be used as evacuation routes for the occurrence of solar storm and polar reversal flooding. The last infograph shows the population for the areas we are focusing on. This brings us to the regional consensus, which shows where and which cities are going to be the evacuation centers and relocation cities